Mom and her sleeping kids get kicked off a plane for asking about a delay.
What?
That sounds fishy. Let's take a look at it.
This is so wrong. This is very big mistake. Very big mistake. Okay, well, I need somebody.
Those kids are knocked out. Okay. You sleep.
Sometimes give me answers because my kids are sleeping and I've been waiting.
Talk to? Who is she gonna talk to? The CEO of Frontier? Barry Biffler? Stupid. I mean, he ain't coming. I guarantee you that. I mean, she got a better chance of running in the Wu-Tang Clan. It is not happening.
I need for you to come with me.
Why?
I need to speak with you outside.
Why? I need to wake my children up.
I need for you.
Why?
The guy in the back is every spectator on this plane. I mean, he is. That's me. She's in a no-win situation because now she's got other people on this flight angry at her now. Oh, I feel for this lady. Ugh.
I need for you to come down with me and we'll talk outside.
No, we can talk about it.
I will have to talk to
That's fine.
Okay, we're gonna go. That's a little fishy. More than
It's been already.
Yeah, it's already good.
She's been waiting with her children.
Well, at this point, what does it matter to me? I can't get on. I can't go home.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to you, but it does matter for everyone. Doesn't sound like everyone's angry though. So not much else in that video to really explain, but I do want to mention a couple of things. I think the woman handled it very, very well. She wasn't yelling. She was argumentative, but she just wanted an explanation. And it sounds like no one has that explanation. Here's the problem. I get she wants to go home, just like everyone else does, or she wants to go to her destination, whether it's from vacation, wherever. But now things are starting to escalate. And you know who has all the power? The flight attendant. The airline. They have all the power. They do. Whenever we fly on any type of airlines, we are agreeing to their terms of service. There's something in that terms of service that is preventing that lady from staying on the plane. I don't know what the context is. It doesn't look like the kids were really doing anything. I mean, that's one theory. Maybe the kids were being disruptive. That doesn't seem like it, because I think you would see other passengers angry. No one's really angry. It seems like everyone is on this woman's side, despite her delaying the flight. So I don't think it was an issue with the woman or the family. Obviously, I'm talking about this in hindsight, but these are classic situations where you have to risk the benefits versus the losses. You have to. Worst case scenario for this lady, she arrives at her destination later. Maybe she has something important. Maybe that thing that's important to her would jumpstart her career or would impact her significantly. I don't know that. And that would be beneficial. So that's unknown. I think she just said she wanted to get home. But what do you have to lose? The worst thing she could have happen is she puts her and those two children on the no-fly list.
Oh, Lord!
Yeah, the no-fly list. You might as well drag me to hell. I mean, you can't go anywhere. You can't. I mean, at least not with Frontier, at least not with the airline. You're going to have to drive. Take the train, take the bus. You can't do anything. When I'm in this situation, I seriously think about the things that I could lose. Family, my career. Everyone has something to lose. And as the saying goes, don't choose to lose. Choose to survive. Choose to thrive. Just these are situations where the benefits really aren't that significant. Now, if you ain't got nothing to lose, if you're broke, you don't have a job, don't have kids, go off. Make a scene. I mean, you might go viral for it. Make a scene. You can't go lower. No, I'm joking. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Everybody has something to lose. Okay, so I was doing a little research and I found this website on Travel Noir that discusses this situation. Airline allegedly boots mom and sleeping kids for asking about flight delay. People online are reeling over a viral video showing a mother being asked to deplane. In the clip, the mother and other passengers expressed concern over a long delay. This seemingly resulted in her and her children being kicked off the flight. A crew member can be seen asking the unidentified mother to talk to her off the plane with no further explanation. What else is there to know about the mother who was kicked off? Sherman must be one of the guys who was on the flight when this happened. He was quoted in the New York Post saying that the mother voiced her frustration but wasn't rude at all. Next thing I know, people step into the plane and fill the open seats, and I was really confused by this. Other passengers replaced her seats after she got off. I think that explains it. When you are purchasing a ticket, you could be arrested, you could face criminal charges, and you are solely at the mercy of the airline. That's not just Frontier, that's American Airlines, that's JetBlue, that's Delta. Might not be Spirit. Spirit might fight you. Spirit is taking the law into their own hands by throwing hands. No way. Spirit, just listen to him. Don't argue. Don't fight back. You might lose your life. Be careful with Spirit. Bumping passengers is not illegal. This is what I think happened. I think the passengers were bumped off the flight because Frontier booked more flights than they could actually carry. So there were more people on the flight that could actually take the flight. That's what I think happened. And I think the woman and her two children were just unlucky and were essentially forced to get off the plane. And is that fair? No. No, it's not. No, it's not. But I'm pretty sure it's in their policy. I'm pretty sure it's in every airline's policy. These are good things to know know that some airlines have reputations for involuntarily bumping customers. Companies aren't even at the rate at which they bump customers. And it sounds like there was a study that showed that Frontier Airline was more likely to involuntarily deny boards compared to other companies. Those are important things to know whenever you're choosing a flight. I would pay an extra $10, $20 knowing that my chances of being voluntarily deplaned is lower. The DOT has established that race or ethnicity can't be a criteria. Also, passengers cannot be bumped off planes by crew after boarding unless there's a valid reason. Typically, flyers cannot be removed from an aircraft unless it is for security, safety, or health reasons. Okay, guys, this is very interesting because the woman and her children were already boarding on the plane, and technically, per the article that we read, once they're on that plane, once their butts are in that seat, you cannot debutt them. Apparently, you can. So I pulled up Frontier Airlines policies because I don't know. This is Section 18, denied boarding compensation. When a seat cannot be provided due to an inadequate number of seats for the number of passengers holding confirmed reservations, i.e. overbooking, the following actions can be done. It can be either voluntary or involuntary. In her case, it was involuntary. If insufficient passengers volunteer, passengers who cannot be accommodated on the flight will be denied boarding, and Frontier will provide transportation on a Frontier flight. After a passenger's boarding pass is collected or scanned and accepted by the gate agent and the passenger has boarded, a passenger may be removed from a flight only for safety or security reasons or in accordance with Section 3 of this contract of carriage. I didn't see a safety or security reason. That's so vague. The flight attendant could have said, look, she was very argumentative with me and I was concerned for my safety. Get off the plane. That's a bar. That's power. You look at me the wrong way, get off the plane. I'm scared for my life. I don't want to bring you a Coke. Oh, you mad? Get off the plane. It's messed up. It's messed up. There are always loopholes, guys. There are always loopholes. So I did want to look at Section 3 because that's really the only part that I wasn't too sure about. And these are some of the criteria that an airline has to refuse a passenger in general. So government request, the passenger refused to produce a government issued identification. No. Balance due. They would not allow her to get on that flight if she didn't pay. Special medical request, failure to check in or appear, disability, malodorous condition, any passenger who has severe or offensive body odor that is not due to a disability, intoxication, any passenger who is barefoot or over 3 years of age, unless required to be barefoot for medical reasons or who is not otherwise fully clothed in clothing that is not lewd or obscene, threatening or intimidating, or would be objectionable to reasonable persons. If they don't like the way you look, get off the plane. Those kids, they don't have shoes on. Get off the plane. refusal or inability to sit. I get that one. Failure to follow instructions. Any passenger who refuses to obey instructions from an employer crew member. You're instructing me to get off the plane, but aren't telling me why I need to get off the plane. So yeah, you guys can read the other exceptions here. Does this woman have a case? She probably has the best case that I can see so far. No matter what, Frontier's gonna win. They gonna win. Anyway, that's all I got for today. Please like, subscribe, check out my other videos if you haven't seen them already, and I will talk to you later.